Hello everyone and welcome along to round 5 of the LB Racing Series. Tonight we are at Catalunya. Great track Catalunya. Really enjoy it, really love it. Great watching the Formula 1 there and MotoGP there over the years. But we are here tonight. The weather is looking nice and sunny for round 5 and the drivers are pumped and ready to get this one going. So if you are new to the series, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And let's get underway and have a look at the championship table from last week. So Wacky there 15th, Corky 14th, Upper Million in 13th, Boldy 12th, D Young 11th, Fatman there in 10th, Johnny in 9th, and Drew in 8th place, looking quite close at the top of that championship table, the second half of it. And the top half of it, you've got Foxy Dev there in 7th, Gear Kayla 6th, Sprinkler 5th, Mike there in 4th, Mario moving himself up into P3 with a second place at the last round, Gavski closing the point down to 1, but LBR Lewis in the lead still. Right, moving on to driver of the day, we have Sprinkler, who got it at round 4. So congratulations to Sprinkler for getting driver of the day. Tyre strategy for tonight. Don't think there's going to be much change. Tyres do look like they do wear quite hard, so we might see a 2-stop, but the hards seem to last quite a long time, so I think we're going to have normal strategy of a 1-stop here. Actually, let's get into qualifying. So we had Flatman in 9th, followed by Drew in 8th position. Then we had Mike in P7. In 6th we had Wacky. And 5th was Mario. P4, Gear Kayla in 4th place there. 3rd place was Sprinkler. Gavski in 2nd, but another pole position for LBR Lewis. Right, let's get the action underway here for round number 5 of the LB Racing Series here at Catalunya. The cars are coming along the start-finish straight, and it's a green light and away we go. LBR Lewis leading the way in pit of Gavski, Sprinkler in 3rd, cars weaving side to side to try and break the toe from each other. See the heat haze here at Catalunya, so a warm day. Here for round 5 as we come into turn 1, so everyone gets through turn 1 okay. And into the second corner, so it is LBR Lewis leading the way from Gavski there in P2, followed by Sprinkler in P3, Gear Kayla in P4, Mario there P5, Wacky there in his second race here for LB Racing, P6 Mike in P7, Mike going a little bit wide there, Drew getting past and moving up into P7 for Drew. So Mike moving up into P8, but getting the place back, going up the inside of Drew, getting that position done. So Drew then in 8th place, and then we'll get there in 9th as we come up to the back straight. So it's still LBR Lewis in the lead. So we're expecting these soft tyres to not last particularly long. It is LBR Lewis on the soft, Gavski on the soft, Sprinkler on the soft, Gear Kayla on the soft, and Mario is the first runner that is on the hard here. So we're going to have some interesting strategy there. As I said, I'm not expecting the soft to last a particularly long length of time here. But LBR Lewis seems to have bolted a little bit, leaving Gavski a little bit further behind. So Gavski maybe preserving those softs, and go a bit longer on them. They are the quicker tyre, and then we've got a little bit of battle behind. We've got Sprinkler. Gear Kayla. I know high school battle as they come into the start finish straight, so see the cars coming over the hill here. Gear Kayla moving off to the inside. Gear Kayla getting up the inside and getting the move done. So that is Gear Kayla moving up into P3. Sprinkler having a look and potentially fighting this one back. Tucks in behind. So we've got Sprinkler now into P4, Mario in P5 just behind. He's got Wacky right behind, so Wacky pushed up, but Wacky has got the 1 second penalty, so we'll serve that later on in this lap. Drew there in P7, still with Mike behind. So Drew P7 with Mike in P8 currently, and then we'll get that in P9. but it is still LBR Lewis out in the lead. Has got a half-second penalty though, but it's pulling a gap on Gavsky there in second. So I think Gavsky is definitely preserving those tyres as much as possible. Definitely preserving the tyres, trying to make them go a bit longer into the race. Still 27 minutes remaining in this race here at Catalunya. A warm day, so the tyres particularly on time. Giacchela is still with this pack, so there's the front three, there's a sprinkler just there, and then the rest of the pack just come around the corner, so all on the start-finish straight still. Giacchela running in P3, this will be his first podium of the season if he can convert this position for now another 26 minutes. Sprinkler will be hunting him down there trying to get that position back. But then potentially Mario on a great run of podium finishes. Is Mario going to come in this one? Obviously he is on the hard tyre, so he's going to be coming back a little bit later on. We will see him on the soft later on in the race. Drew back up into P6, so Drew has moved up as a position. We will go back and see if we can see that where that happened. Probably when Wacky served his second penalty, but we will have a look. So yeah, as suspected, Wacky serves his penalty and Drew goes past and moves up a position. So there was how Drew got past Wacky, but we got Wacky on the back of Drew again. So we'll stay with this battle. We might see Wacky go for another overtake and get the position back. But this has given Mario some room here. Mario is able to get out in front. And we get to move position here. Wacky going up the inside, getting the move done. No switch back there from Drew, so we're moving up into P6, Drew P7. I'll get in 8th, Mike in 9th now. I will out in the lead of the race. It's done a 1 minute 41.671. But Gavsky now looks like it's close back. The last lap from LBR Lewis was not great. He runs very wide there into turn 1. So I believe he probably has cooked his tyres completely. Because he's got Gavsky now right behind. Coming into now turn 3 under the Lick Bridge. That's where Hamilton and Rosberg came together. And they were teammates for Mercedes. But no such action here between these two drivers as they come on through. Gavsky is all over the gearbox of that LB racing car in front. And they do have a little bit of a lead there over third place. You just see Giacchela appearing into the screen there. Actually pushing on hard. Lewis getting a little bit wide there through turn there onto the back straight. It's 1.7 seconds down as fast as that. So the tyres look like they're being really cooked, and this is only 4 laps. So it's going to have to be on a hard tyre for a really long time if it's just going to one stop. So one stop does look like the fastest strategy because of the time we lose in the pits. Now, are we going to see an early pit stop here? Yes, we are. LBR Lewis peels into the pits. Gavsky goes round the outside and will take the lead of the race. Giacchela moving into P2. Sprinkler will move up into P3 there. Mario moves up into P4 on the hard tyre. Wacky's coming into the pits as well. LBR Lewis is just driving into the pits. So this is what I'm saying about how long lose in the pit stop here at Catalunya. Tyres are changed and he's out, and away he goes. The main benefit he's got here is he does have a nice bit of clean air in front, so onto the hard tyre. Now, empty track out in front. So just got to catch up that distance now. Wacky is just coming up the pits now. Wacky just being released there. Drew just coming up the pits as well. So Drew P9 just coming out the pits. Is at the moment Gavsky in the lead. You can see Gear Kayla just behind, but Gavsky is pushing on, going for another lap on these soft tyres. We'll have a 1 lap advantage if it hits at the end of this lap. Good rotation there from Gavsky. Powered out nicely. He's managing those tyres beautifully. The nose turned in well. Difficult car to get the nose in on. It is a heavy lump, but it's a fast heavy lump. Gavsky going for another lap. So Gavsky going around again. He's going to push those tyres on even more. Gear Kayla has come into the pits behind. So we've got Gear Kayla coming into the pits. Mario moves up and has got Sprinkler into the pit stop, so we've got Gear Kayla just arriving into his pit box. We've got Mario obviously pushing on the hard so he can further ahead. Gear Kayla there in P5 now as Mike gets past the Sprinkler in the pits as well, and Sprinkler has got himself some damage as he's coming into the pits, so we will go back and have a look at when that happened. Right, let's have a look at how Sprinkler got this damage then. So he is coming into the pits, turns on in the car's understeering, and into the pit entry. He goes, so that's caused the damage that he is going to have to get repaired at this pit stop. So unfortunate there from Sprinkler, he's just getting the damage repaired, just get that nose turned into that car. He's on the hard tyres, coming out in P7, so he gets himself out in front of Wacky there in 8th and Drew there in 9th. So Gavsky going on for another lap, pushing on the soft tyre. He's got a massive gap out in front of him, does Gavsky, by doing this extra lap. Mario then on the hards in P2. Old Git P3, so he's got himself up the order massively by not pitting yet. Pushing on. Getting himself a nice time advantage here. Mike right behind in P4. And then LBR Lewis coming back through the pack after pitting at the end of the 4. Getting himself up there. Gear Kayla not too far behind as we do have Gavsky into the pits. Gavsky is in the pits to get rid of his soft tyres, managed to get them to do almost 6 laps. Sprinkler P7 after his pit stop a minute ago. Wacky there in 8th. And Drew there in 9th. Mario now takes first position in the race. Mike carries on, goes into P2. Gavsky is just getting going after the pit stop. So where is he going to come out in relation to LBR Lewis? LBR Lewis coming down the start finish straight. There's Gavsky. It's going to be tight into turn 1. Gavsky has now taken the lead of the race here. 11 minutes into the race, and Gavsky has now taken the lead. LBR Lewis is looking over the back of him to try. It's going to be possible. Obviously, his tyres are going to be warm. Gavsky's have just come out of the blankets in the pits. So Gav needs to get those tyres up to temperature as fast as he can. Obviously, he does have a 2-lap advantage on tyre wear as well. So this is going to be a bit of each of them's got an advantage at the moment. Gav's on newer tyres. LBR Lewis's tyres are warm. Here we go. This is a battle that's going to go on, I reckon, for a few laps. Gear Kayla not too far behind this. Gear Kayla down in P5 at the moment because of the pit stops. Gear Kayla is right on the back of these guys. You can see the two de facto first and second in the race and not too far up the road. We'll trying to get a drive off that corner. Gavsky is a little bit squirrely there, as we saw. Just tried to get a run. Now trying to go around the outside all over the back of Gavsky here. Takes a tighter line through the corner. It's got a run here, going up the inside. And gets the position done. And that is Obiolus up into P3. Let's have a look at how it happened on board with them. So on board here from the rear view camera of Gavsky's car, you can see Obiolus just behind. And just gets a run off that second to last corner, gets in the slipstream and then just moves up the inside and gets the move done and moves himself up into P3 there. So yeah, just gets a run and manages to touch up the inside and up into P3. Gavsky's not going to let this one go though, before his tyres will be getting up to temperature now. So currently 4th for Gavsky, 5th for Gear Kayla, 6th for Sprinkler. Wacky is in 7th. With I'll get there in 8th. And Drew there in 9th position. Mario still in the lead of the race on the hard tyre. Pumping the laps in on the hard tyre. Fantastic shots over the corner. You really see the heat haze here in Catalonia. It's just a hot day. So we are approaching the halfway point in the race. So from 15 minutes in, you can vote for your driver of the day. Link will be in the comments and in the description. It's 1 vote per person. So by all means, start getting your votes in for who you think should get the driver of the day here. On 5, that will be announced in the round 6 video next Saturday. So driver of the day gets announced a week after. Now we all also looking now at starting to plan what will happen in the series after this one. So if you're thinking about potentially getting involved, we are going to be expanding and doing a few different things as well. So by all means, get in contact with us and we can let you know what's available for you. We're going to try and cater for as many people as possible, maybe with some off-stream races as well. By all means, please get in contact if you do want to get involved here at Owen Racing. So Mario in P1 did a fantastic job on these hard tyres. He's been on them now. This is the 9th lap that he's on them. Mike there in P2 with Obiolus not too far behind. Obiolus, Gavsky and Gear K just come around. Nice and close between these front 3 at the moment. So Gavsky there still sticking to the back. Gear Kayla not too far behind. Gear Kayla seems to be close as laps go on. Sprinkler in P6, not a million miles off the back of this front panel. So currently running potentially P4 still, even though Mario has got to the soft tyre, so we're expecting Mario to be extremely fast when he comes out of the pits later on in the race. Lucky in P7. I'll get there in 8th. Does have a half second penalty that was later on in this lap. We can actually back straight in 2nd. And Drew there in P9. So Mario is on the start-finish straight. And a great run is Mario. Look at the discs glowing up the front of his Mercedes. You start seeing the marbles developing on the outside of the track as the rubber gets discarded where these guys are going around and actually tearing the front tyres to shreds. So it seems to be the front left that struggles the most around this track, which you can get with it being a clockwise circuit. So that means you've got more corners to the right than you have to the left. The left tyre will take the punishment. So Mario there in first. Oh! We have Mike spinning out there. So Mike spinning out, having to wait to get going. Let's have a look at what happened to Mike there. He was running in P2. Let's see what happened to him. So on board here with Mike as he just come around the third corner, coming into the corner, and the rear end just steps out and he's just on that marbles with the rear end and round he goes, and he's just got nowhere to go here as the lead pack just comes through, 3 cars, does the right thing and waits for them and then gets himself going. Unfortunate there for Mike. Mike managed to get going again and is in P5, but that does mean that now it is just Mario that's in front of the battle for first, second and third that's behind him. Sprinkler in P6 still, so Sprinkler will be the next one to come up behind Mike. Wacky there in P7's got a half-second penalty, which we serve in on the start finish straight just coming up here. Hold to get there in 8th, still managing to hold off Drew, so having a great race. At the moment, Drew not too far behind, so Drew catching up to the back. So we've got a battle here for 8th and 9th. Mario still going around for another lap is Mario. So we reckon we'll see him come into the pits with about 10 minutes to go, so it might be the end of this lap, if not the end of the next lap. LBR Lewis in second place, Gav right behind, so Keelan still right behind us. So these 3 are really close together. So one mistake from any of them. Gasky closing up in that turn 3. But yeah, any mistake from any of these 3 could result in them potentially missing out on a podium here. It is a 3-way fight for the lead of this race, and we are 18 minutes, coming up to 19 minutes into this race, so we've got 10 minutes left of the race. But these guys are literally nose to tail. Now, are we going to see Mario come into the pits on the next lap? Let's have a look. So, is Mario coming into the pits on this lap? He's got 11 minutes left at the moment. Nope, he is staying out for one more lap, so we'll probably see Mario into the pits at the end of this lap. That will definitely be under 10 minutes in penalty. Still running in 1 minute 45, so consistently doing 1 minute 45s. Over Lewis behind. With a couple of 1 minute 45s, and then we've been in the 1 minute 44s. The last time was 1 minute 44 again. Gowski again, 1 minute 44s consistently. Get Kayla, 1 minute 44s. There's consistency in these 3 drivers. Last lap for Gear Kayla, 44.993. Gowski, 44.854. Raviolus, a 1 minute 44.95. So 10th between the 3 of them. Gowski taking a narrow line through there. Having a look on the back of Albiolus, as close as he has been for the last couple of laps. So Gavsky closing up that gap. We're starting to have a look at the back, but we've got Gear Kayla not too far behind. Definitely in this fight. Mike there in P5. So unfortunately that spin earlier on for Mike, dropping down to P5, Sprinkle at P6. 6th position there for Sprinkler. Lucky there in 7th place. Or get in 8th, so he's managed to hold off that Drew attack that was happening earlier on. And Drew there in P9. As we do get Mario coming into the pits. So this will give the lead of the race back to LBR Lewis, who is just coming onto the start finish room with Gowski just behind. So LBR Lewis last lap was a 44.771. Gowski there to the 1 minute 45.1. So Gowski did lose a little bit of time there on the last lap. Kayla in P3. Mario is just getting his soft tyres on and getting underway. So Mike goes past as he comes down the start finish straight. So Mike does get up a position as we've got Mike there. So Mike into P4. Mario has managed to get out in front of Sprinkler, so that is a result there for Mario. So he has jumped him for position. Mario currently running in P5, with Mike just in front of him. Mario looking up the inside, getting the nose of the car in there and making that position stick, and Mario getting up to P4, so done that nice and early after getting the tyres on. Did not want to wait around, he's on this soft tyre, so he has a massive tyre advantage, so he needed to get in there and get out of there as fast as he could. Clear, if he's got any chance of catching up to the front three runners, he needed to get that done as quickly as possible. So Mike in P5, Sprinkler, you can see just in the background, in P6. Then it is Wacky there in P7. Rue has managed to get past Old Git, so I don't know what's happened to Old Git there. We had a very slow last lap, so we will go and have a look and see what happened to Old Git. So on board here with Old Git, just comes around the second to last corner, a little bit too much curb on the entry and out into the gravel. Trips through the gravel, but manages to keep it in a straight line and keep the car going. So that's Old Git dropping down into P9. Up into P8, but here's LBR Lewis in the lead still. We've got under 7 minutes now left of this race. Still in the lead. Gavsky second. Gear Kayla in third place as Mike comes into the pits to get rid of his hard tyres. This is going to drop Mike down the order. So LBR Lewis there is in first at the moment. Gavsky's still not too far behind. In P2, Gear Kayla still on the back of this fight. But right with them. And then we've got the threat of Mario behind as well. Mario on that soft tyre, he's going to be getting closer and closer every single second he spends on these soft tyres. Be interested to see what his lap time is up at the end of this, because the fastest lap of the race, which you do get a point for, was done by LBR Lewis on lap 2 of the race when he was on the soft tyre. But obviously Mario, now on the softs, got a lighter car because he's used up a little bit of fuel. That's going to be interesting. See if Mario can do it. Mario is up on his personal best, so we will see what Mario does at the end of this lap. So he's just coming round now. He's got 2 corners left to go of this lap. As we just cross into the 5 minutes remaining of the race. So he's done a 42.513 on his last lap. Gear Kayla on his last lap. We'll see what the leaders actually have done. So Gear Kayla, Gavsky there in second, and LBR Lewis in first. LBR Lewis at 1 minute 45.223. Gavsky at 1 minute 45.270. Gear Kayla at 1:45.8, and then Mario is doing a 1 minute 42. So Mario is gaining time. Mario is pushing on hard on those soft tyres. Sprinkler in P5 in 5th place. Wacky there in 6th. Wacky have a really strong race. Only his 2nd race in the series. Up in P6. Fantastic job there for Wacky. Doing amazing there. Mike in P7, so 7th place for Mike, a half-second penalty for him to serve. Drew in 8th place, and I'll get in 9th. Not too far behind Drew, so could potentially see a change of position later on in the race. As we've now got 4 minutes remaining, it's still LBR Lewis in the lead, with Gavsky right behind, and Gear Kayla keeping them both honest. blaring down the start-finish straight. Dipping into the 45s now more often. Lewis and Gavsky, so the tyres seem to be going off a little bit now. Gavsky getting closer and closer as they come down the start-finish straight. So Gavsky still lifted a high 44 on the last lap. His tyres, remember, are 2 laps newer than LBR Lewis's, so that is going to prove a massive advantage, I think, in his last couple of laps. Kicking in third, still can see this battle in front of him, so anything could happen here. And Mario, not too far behind at all now. Obviously, every lap that goes past, Mario's soft tyres are going to start screaming at him soon, because he is punishing them. He can see the lead of the race in front of him. So Mario is there. Kayla is not too far up the road. Obviously on used parts. You can see Mario just in the background there. So Mario's getting closer and closer. But when his softs last enough, Gavsky still right on the gearbox of the leader. This is coming up to 2 minutes remaining in this race as of now. So 2 minutes left in the race, and it is Gavsky all over the back of LBR Lewis at the moment. Now, are they going to get another lap after this one? It's coming up to... No, they're not going to get another lap. So this is going to be the last lap that they're coming on to. So they come out to complete the last lap, which will be lap 17 of the race. LBR Lewis there in P1. Gavsky P2. So second for Gavsky. Kayla in third. Mario not too far behind at all. Now we can see Mario just in the background. Mario in fourth. Sprinkler in fifth. Lucky there in sixth, but does have a half-second penalty, and that's got Mike right behind him. So Mike on the soft tyre is pushing on hard and getting closer and closer to Wacky. Drew in eighth, and will get in ninth. We'll go back to the lead of the race, because look how close it is between Gavsky and Lewis. Gavsky getting up the inside. As they come into the braking zone, they both throw the car and they both get round okay. Gavsky still on the inside. Gavsky thinking about taking a move at the inside. LBR shuts the door across the nose of Gavsky's car. LBR's tyres are literally frying at this point. Gavsky has that pace. Gavsky a little correction, runs out wide a little bit, but Gavsky is right on the back. Right on the back of the LBR Lewis's car. LBR Lewis into the corner, runs a little bit deep, gets over the curb a little bit, tries to get the back of Gavsky getting close. Gavsky throws on the inside. Well, just can't get the turning, you can't get the turning, but somehow manages to keep the lead. Gavsky getting onto the gravel. LBR Lewis, as they come round from the last corner, the checkered flag is out. Volley going off here, it is going to be a win for LBR Lewis as he takes the round 5 victory, followed by Gavsky in P2, Kayla running off the podium in P3, Mario managing to fight back and get up into P4 with the alternative strategy. So well done to Mario coming around the last corner and getting himself P4 for Mario. Sprinkler coming around the corner and getting himself into P5, so another strong points finish for Sprinkler, and it is Mike has managed to get past Wacky, so we will have a look at what's happening there. So Mike all on the back, Mike getting out wide there as kind of ran up towards the back of Wacky there, but coming into the back straight, Wacky has a penalty. So Mike gets past under the penalty, and Mike moving up the position on the last lap. So Mike there getting the position on the last lap and taking P6 from Wacky in P7. And then it is Drew in P8. Coming around to take the checkered flag for Drew. And it will be Olgit there, finishing in P9, but the winner of round number 5 will be on us with Gavsky P2 and Gearconnect round up podium in P3. Wow, another fantastic race here at round 5 at Catalunya. Well, that was an intense one, a battle for the lead all the way from start to finish. Let's have a look at what that has done to the series tables. So we are looking at now Corky in P15, up a million, 14th. Wacky there moving up to 13th, Baldy in 12th, De Young in 11th, Fatman there in 10th, Johnny 9th, and Drew in 8th. Now, as you can see, we have added in the drop rounds, so the drivers do get one drop round per season, so they are marked with a little star next to the round. That is the drivers drop round. But let's have a look at what is happening at the top half of the table. So, Froxy Dev there in 7th, Gear Kayla 6th with his first podium of the season there. Sprinkler in P5 level on points. Mike there in 4th. Mario holding on to that 3rd place. So Gav in 2nd. And Elgar Lewis extending the lead ever so slightly to 4 points in P1. We're now halfway through the series and it is as close as ever at the top of the table. So thank you everyone so much for tuning in and watching tonight. If you please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share it. Don't forget to vote for Driver of the Day. Link is in the comments and in the description. We'll be back next week for round 6 of the LB Racing series. Thank you so much for watching and have a good rest of your weekend.